Grand Theft Auto 5 is arguably one of the most popular, important games of all time, okay? It has sold something like 200 million copies. It's become this massive industry with GTA Online, all the roleplay servers, and it's huge. It's massive. It is the biggest thing since sliced bread. And I think with that level of attention and prowess has kind of come this like diminutive contrarian effect where myself and others kind of look at GTA 5, especially the single player, which is what the bulk, in fact, all of this discussion is going to be about, and kind of look at it like, it was all right, you know? It's like the popular kid at school. Like, you don't want to admit the popular kid is cool at school because you're not the popular kid, you're a loser. You're watching my videos, for Christ's sake. But like, it's one of those things where I think naturally with something so popular, you want to sort of see the flaws. You want to critique it, and because it's this massive critically acclaimed thing, those flaws seem all the more apparent and all the more like damning. You know, I've made videos on GTA, I've talked about my grievances with the overall GTA formula, and GTA 5 was my COVID game. It was actually the first GTA game I ever played. Yes, I really became a fan of all these games within the span of like 5-6 years and played all of them. It was a wild time, but I think because of the fact that I compressed that many GTAs into such a small time span, and the fact that it was my COVID game, so I literally put like a year of my life into it, I kind of came out of GTA 5 thinking it's good. Hell, it's even great, but oh my god, I don't want to touch this game again. And that was basically my sentiment until this month. Couple months before GTA 6's release, when I was like, you know what? Let me just play it again. Just for shits and giggles, okay? I have the PS5 release. I have arguably the best version of the game, aside from like the PC version, obviously, but like, I've got some free time on my hands, as evidenced by the fact that I've made so many videos. So what the hell? Let's jump into it. And I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed GTA 5 on this run through. In spite of the fact that the issues I have with GTA 5, or the issues I had all the way back when, are still the exact same issues I think I have with the game now, but there are certain parts of the game that I just didn't give enough love. And I think a big one is the desert. Grand Theft Auto 5's map is split up in a very weird way, in that it has like the city of Los Santos at the bottom, and then the state of California around it. And in that state of California, there's like a couple itty bitty fuddy duddy stores, but it always feels like the main center of all this like cool action and interesting set pieces in Los Santos. And the funny thing is, despite, I think it's partially just due to the fact that I've spent so much time in that city, that I'm now kind of like going back up to the desert and realizing, wait a minute, this place is kind of sick. It's like this fascinating combination of like Red Dead and GTA. They kissed and had a baby, because that's how it works. And it's way better than San Andreas' open world. San Andreas' open world is literally just there to like roam around, but I think it's distributed better, which is why more people are fond of it. Grand Theft Auto 5 makes the unfortunate decision of just having all of its like urban activity in the bottom and everything else at the top. But everything else at the top is fun. There's definitely like this serene vibe that comes cruising along, seeing nature, doing all these missions with these weird hillbillies and rednecks in Trevor's neck of the woods. And the thing I like is that because Grand Theft Auto 5 is a game with not a lot of interiors, which I mentioned in my other GTA video as being like a big sticking point for me, I love interiors in these games. And even in GTA 5, the ones that are there, all few of them are very detailed. But because there are less buildings scattered about, it means that there are weirdly, it feels like there are more interiors and more places to explore. And it makes for these incredible rampage and shootouts where you feel like you're on the run in like a movie or something. I don't know. I had this one experience where I was just driving with Franklin and I was trying to drive back to the city, but I was like, okay, well, I see this like 24-hour convenience store, so of course I have to rob it. Okay, natural GTA things. And then I start running from the cops and I look behind me. There's like 6 cops chasing me on the open road in a way that I don't think I have ever experienced in the city. And it was so fun. It felt like this perfect combination of like the wanted system and like the great outdoors, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it, but it was a perfect synthesis of all of GTA 5's mechanics in a way that I think made me appreciate the open expanses a lot more. But saying that, like, obviously, do I have issues with the desert? Yeah, it's not Red Dead. It's not like filled with these massive, incredible gameplay set pieces the same way the city is, but I appreciate it a lot more in a second playthrough. You You know what else I appreciate? The story, with the asterisk that I have one big problem with it. I think Grand Theft Auto 5's story is so detailed in a lot of ways, you know? They are constantly going through like all these different characters, where they are at any moment, and you see this slow progression and all these different character arcs weaving their way through. It's a really impressive piece of writing with a shocking amount of dialogue, okay? I'm almost positive if you've played Grand Theft Auto 5, even if you put like 100 hours in, you have not heard everything that Michael, Trevor, and Franklin have to say. You just can't. You cannot hear all of that in one lifetime. Because in every single, or after every single mission, it feels like if you want to hang out with them, they'll have completely different sets of dialogue. It's crazy. It is unbelievable. But I kind of think that the main dynamic between the three protagonists, when they're all in a room together, I don't love it. And it's weird because that's the main point. But like Michael and Trevor in particular, this is getting into the realm of spoilers. So if you want no spoilers, skip to this timestamp. But Michael and Trevor are like the crux of this entire game. You know, the game starts off with a flashback in North Yankton of them doing a robbery, and then the robbery goes wrong, and Michael leaves Trevor for dead in favor of protecting his family and going to witness protection. And the entire story is built around this conflict between them. They're struggling the whole time, but their actual interactions, I think, are so like bickery that it genuinely like, it hampers my ability to enjoy the game. It's like hearing an old married couple argue. Like, that's probably funny if you see it like once outside, but if it's like your parents and you're with them every single day, it's gonna get annoying fast. And what this ultimately does is it makes this conflict between them feel like it has to come to a head. And then the game pulls this massive, I think a massive cop-out, okay? The fact that there are two options, like kill Trevor or kill Michael, makes perfect sense to me at the end. But then they're like, oh, and there's an option C where like you can save all of them, like if you want. I think that shit is so lame, okay? I think the fact that Death Wish exists as a mission just shows a lack of conviction on the part of the developers. They were like, okay, but like hypothetically, if you want to save all of them, and here's my really hot take. I think this is a hot take anyway, because I've been watching interviews with like the voice actors and stuff, and mainly Ned Luke, the guy who plays Michael, and he's always like, yeah, you have to kill Trevor. That's the only answer. I totally disagree. Michael is the impetus for all of this. He's the most manipulative character of the entire cast. You have to waste him. And it makes for the best mission in the game, I think. I'm not like a massive fan of the game's like cinematic direction. I do like the fact that like each of the camera and cinematography styles are a little different depending on who you're playing as, but like it can be a little bland. You're not listening to me talk about cinematography, but I like the way that they frame the last mission with Michael and with Franklin, okay? I think that dynamic coming to a head with the son killing the father figure is awesome. It's the way it should be, in my personal opinion. I think it makes total sense that Michael, being the one who started off this chain of events, is the one who his death finally marks the end of it. But then they're like, oh yeah, and you can like save all of them and just do like a Godfather style ending, a baptism of fire, which is a fun mission, but in my opinion has never felt narratively satisfying. But I guess it's one of those things where like Grand Theft Auto is not going for the same thing that a Red Dead Redemption 2 is going for, okay? The point is to just be fun. And that's kind of the last thing I want to talk about, the fun of Grand Theft Auto 5. GTA 5 is a fun game. I think that is undeniable to say. But I do think that there's like this little sparkle of magic that is lost compared to the other two, or the other couple GTA games, that I love to see return to GTA 6. This is honestly more of a section about like the future of Grand Theft Auto, where I want to see the series go, even though I already made a video like that. But now that I've played GTA 5, I think I have a much more like centralized vision of this. I think that the big thing I'm looking for in a GTA 6 is more chemistry between each of the mechanics, okay? GTA 5's mechanics feel so specifically designed for how they would service the campaign. Even the world, to some extent, just feels like a massive playground for the campaign. But as an open world, if you're just roaming through it, it ultimately just feels like rampaging is the thing you're supposed to do. It's rampaging, and at least for me, flying the plane around, because I like the pretty scenery. And I do wish that the open world of GTA 5, and hopefully the open world of GTA 6, just has more compelling reasons to be in it on its own. Like, pretend that you stripped away the entire campaign. Just mechanically and world-wise, can the game stand up? Because I think GTA 5, it flounders. I don't think it passes the sniff test. It's not a game like Breath of the Wild, where like, in Breath of the Wild, if you're not doing the story, you will still have a ton of fun just like fucking around with the mechanics. GTA 5 is not that, and that's something I'd love to see in GTA 6. But also, GTA 5 was never trying to be that, and this is a very important thing, GTA 5 was an Xbox 360 game. This game was designed for a console that came out in 2006. And when you consider that, it is bar none one of the most impressive achievements in gaming. But I don't think it was meant to be a platform for a decade and a half of content, okay? I really do think that the biggest problem I have with GTA 5 is just the fact that it's been around for so long. Way longer than any Grand Theft Auto should be. And that's built this resentment inside me that stopped me from appreciating the mountains of incredible stuff in the game, all right? I love the desert. I think Los Santos is great, but I want it to feel more like a cohesive open world. And I think that being implanted into GTA 6, now that they know that this will probably be a platform for a decade, could make for the best Grand Theft Auto ever. But with that being said, what do you think about GTA 5? Are you excited for GTA 6? Maybe subscribe. Do that one. Do that right now. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.